Hey, keep watching this video to learn how to make this wreath for Halloween. Hi, I'm Sharon with Designer DIY, and we are going to learn how to make this amazing Halloween wreath that is skinny and perfect for in between your door and your screen door. Alright, so here's what you need to get started for your wreath. We have our wreath form, we have 2 bolts of 10-inch mesh, we have front ribbons. You'll have 9 different ribbons, 1 yard each, and then you have your back ribbons, which are 4 different ribbons at 1 2/3 yards each. We have our sign, and always have your bottle of fray check. All right, so the first thing you're gonna do is cut one of your bolts into 1/2 yard pieces, 18 inches. That's gonna be the ruffle. That's the first layer we're gonna add in. So what you're gonna do, you have your 1/2 yard piece, you lay it out on the table, and you're going to like accordion fold it. You don't want to just gather it messy. You want to actually take the time to fold it like an accordion, up, down, because you want it to have good ripples going through it. So it should look like this. We're going to add it right into this back bottom ring first. So you're going to twist it in. Once you twist it in, we're going to take this side and we're going to overlap this side over it. So it almost looks like a flower. Make sure the 2 cut edges are overlapping, and then you just kind of flip-flop it. So your curled edge is kind of facing downward, like so. And you're going to do that all the way around the whole back layer. Get another piece. I'm going to ruffle it up. And we're going to add it right next to that last one. If they overlap, that is perfectly fine. We're going to overlap your cut ends, and then we're going to flip it downward so it's curling under on the edges. And we're going to do it again. Gather it. Now when I gather it, the height of it is probably about 1/2 inch. You don't want to gather it super big or super tiny. Add it in, give it a good twist, overlap your cut ends, and then go around the edges and just kind of flip it so they're going downward. All right, so here's what the wreath looks like when you're done. You are going to take the next bolt of mesh, and this one is going to be cut into 10-inch pieces. Once you have them cut, you're going to just slightly curl them, and we're going to add 1 little curl onto the top of each of these pegs that we just added our mesh onto. So you're just going to twist it right in there. It's just going to be a little curl. And then you're just going to go around doing the whole thing on that back ring. And then we'll add in our ribbon next. All right, so here is what it looks like after you add in the curls on top of that first mesh. And And now we're gonna add in the back ribbons right on top of where we just put in the mesh. So we have the back ribbons cut into 12-inch pieces, and then we fray check the ends so they don't get all unraveled. And so we have 2 groupings. We're gonna start with 1 grouping and grab one of each of the ribbons, crisscross them, and across the center you're gonna gather it. And when we put it in, you're gonna twist it in and then kind of pull the ribbons so they're going towards the outer edge of the wreath. If they go towards the center, they're gonna end up getting covered later, and you want them all to show. So make sure you kind of twist and tug them so they're going towards the outer edge. Now you go to your next group, you grab one of each, cross them, gather across the center, and then you add it in. And we're just gonna alternate between the 2 groupings as we go around the whole wreath. So grab some from this one, cross, gather it, add it right in and twist, and then pull them all outward. Okay, so here's what it looks like after we add the ribbon. Amazing. So now we are going to prop up all of these pegs that are on that center smaller ring, and we are going to add the border stripe mesh in the same way we did that back layer. So make sure these are all popping up so they're easy to see. And we'll start with that. So you grab the mesh and we're gonna gather it again. And it's gonna go right on top like this. You're gonna twist it in, and then remember to overlap the cut edges. And then you just kind of fold the ends under a little bit. So it should look like that. And this will be right in the center because later we'll add the curl and the ribbon on top of that. So you just go around the whole front center ring with this mesh. Okay, so here is the wreath. We added in the mesh to that top ring, and now we're gonna go around and add the orange mesh curl on top of each of the border stripe. So you're gonna add it right on top, twist it, and then move to the next one. Finished putting in the orange curl, and now we're going to put in the front ribbon. You have your 9 different ribbons, 1 yard of each, and you should cut them into 12-inch pieces. So we do 3 groups of 3. So I have them all divided up, and we are going to start with the first group. You take one of each of the ribbons. And kind of crisscross it, and then we put one in the middle. You just want them all showing. Around where the center is, you gather it, and you just add it directly on top of the orange curl. Twist it, and then I always try to hide these. So I kind of tuck it under, and then I kind of fluff these up. You want this to be skinny, so don't fluff it upward too much. Just fan it out. Then you go to your next peg, and you grab one of each of the next group of ribbons. And then you fan them out, crisscross and twist it in, and you're gonna go around the whole ring, alternating through your 3 groups of ribbon. we finished putting in all of our ribbons. And I kind of fan them all out, make sure they are all showing, nothing's getting covered up. And we are gonna add in our sign. So wherever you decide you want it, just open up a piece of the pine real quick and we'll tie it in with the top string so it's secure. And then we'll kind of hide the pine again. Fluff it out. And if it kind of flops or whatever, you can always put some double-sided tape or glue it down to the ribbon below and it works great. There you go. Wonderful. It's kind of hard to see, but looks amazing. Okay, so this is what your finished wreath should look like. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more tutorials like this amazing witch hat. All right, happy crafting.